it's weird, right? As soon as you put the headphone on, it just kind of it starts out weird. It gets kind of normal.
Yeah.
You get used to it, but I mean, yeah, just be yourself. This is not G-rated, so if you slip with a cuss word, that's fine, no big deal. I probably will too. Like I said, I'd like to find a way to where if you wanted to have a drink while we did it, we could work that in. I got to figure out a location and a time and how all that works. But I think
honestly, that would be so freaking cool. I would have enjoyed that much better than 10:30 a.m. But
right. I mean, at this point, I feel like all the guests are basically doing me a favor.
Right.
I mean, there's there are people watching. I think I looked last night. It's like 27 states, 3 countries.
Wow, it's increased since the last time I saw you because it was 14 states and 2 countries.
Yeah, and it's funny because like the heaviest listeners, you can break the states down too. The heaviest listeners aren't even Jacksonville. I think it's Orlando. That's where the heaviest listeners are, and it's. I think Texas is the next biggest, which makes sense because that's a huge multifamily market.
Now, is Lindsay putting your podcast on the association website?
So I don't know if they shared that one or not. I know she shared it, I think, on her own page. What I learned after I did this, right? So I did a lot of Googling on equipment. Not enough Googling on the launching of the actual podcast. And what I learned after I launched it is that the biggest reason that people get negative reviews on new podcasts is because they only have 1 episode available. They recommend launching with 3 episodes. And so my intent would be to release 1 a week. When I get 3 is when I'll start trying to get the associations to share it on their page and those sorts of things. So right now it's on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn.
Right. So do you feel like you will reach out to other markets and see if you can't grab someone from, and maybe you could do that virtually? I don't even know how that's going to work.
Yeah. I know some podcasts do that where, you're basically talking to the computer. My only concern with that is the audio on those isn't necessarily great, and it's hard to listen to. But I travel for apartment association events, FAA, NAA. I feel like those are good opportunities to get into some of those things.
Right.
Some of the classes you take, I feel like the people that teach those classes would, be nice to have on and have those conversations. So, if this takes off and people actually listen, then, there's ways to do those sorts of things. Like I said, off camera is, my intent here isn't to make money. It's not monetized on any of the platforms. It's just out as information. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes and kind of go from there. Yeah.